So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 6 Victoria's Secret perfumes. So not the fragrance mist, but the actual perfume line. I don't know how long they've been doing this, but they have this like cool system where they have the fragrance on these cards and you lift them up like this and you can smell them and test the fragrance that way. So you can test them at home or like, you know, not at the store if you feel uncomfortable, which I definitely do, just going out in general because of the pandemic and stuff. But yeah, so I'm just gonna get right into it. Victoria's Secret perfumes, like, I guess, according to the internet, were super popular at everyone's high schools and like especially Bombshell and like Pure Seduction and stuff, like in the 2010s when that kind of those scents came out. But in my experience, I either like didn't smell anybody wearing perfume in high school or like I just didn't pay attention to that. So I know even when you don't pay attention, like your brain just remembers, but I smell this and I don't like, it doesn't take me back to high school, if that makes sense. So maybe, I don't know, maybe my high school was just weird and like nobody really like cared about that. But anyways, I'm gonna start first with the Bombshell line and then talk about the Very Sexy line. I don't have every single scent in a tester, but these are just the ones I was able to pick up and the ones that were available in these like carded samples. And I will also talk about Bombshell Gold, which I don't have a sample of, but I smelled enough times and I know I want it. So I want to pick it up at SAS, but I'll talk about that at the end of the Bombshells portion, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm just gonna get started. So the first one I'm gonna talk about Bombshell. That's like the quintessential perfume from Victoria's Secret. It has the stripes in the pink bottle, really pretty. It's the one that I'm smelling right now. It has top notes of passion fruit, grapefruit, pineapple, what else was it? Tangerine and strawberry. Middle notes of peony, vanilla, orchid, red berries, jasmine, and lily of the valley. Base notes of musk, woody notes, and oak moss. And it's definitely a very, very fruity perfume. And for some reason, like this is a super, what's it called? Specific, like, association with my life, but this smells like my trip, my time I studied abroad in Korea. Like, I know that doesn't make sense to anybody except for myself, but it just brings like happy memories to me. And I just remember if I smell this, it makes me like think back to those times. So maybe one of my friends that I made there was wearing Bombshell. So I'll have to ask, but yeah. It smells really nice. I would love to get one of these bottles, like 50 or 100 ml sometime. Probably when they're on sale. I hear that they go for under $20 or $20 or less. So that's probably when I'll pick them up. So the next one I have here is Bombshell Seduction. And I'm just gonna rip this baby open. Okay, so this is very similar to the original Bombshell, but it's more musky, and I would say it's a little bit more mature. It's a little bit, but it's very floral and fruity. It's still very fruity, just like the Bombshell, but it's more floral than the Bombshell, if that makes sense. There's definitely like white flowers in here, maybe tuberose. I'm not really sure what tuberose smells like by itself, but the notes suggest that there's tuberose, like on Fragrantica at least, so, and that must be the white flowers. Yeah, it's a little spicy, but I don't know if that's because like I'm getting like a strong whiff and it's like kind of tingling my nose, or if it's actually spicy, but yeah. I can definitely tell this is a Bombshell flanker. Yeah, it's just a more musky, a little bit more grown version of Bombshell, I would say. Let me just like test with the original. Yeah, it's oh, by the way, these fade very soon after you peel, so just a heads up, I guess. So yeah, this is pretty nice too. If I had the choice, I would just get the original, but you know, if I received this, I would still wear it, you know what I mean? Like, it's still very similar. So the next Bombshell flanker I have is Intense. This one comes in like the nice like dark red bottle, I'm pretty sure. All the bottles look very similar. They have the stripes and everything. But I'm gonna open her up. Okay, so this is much more different from the original Bombshell than the Seduction version is. I get a cherry note, but let me go over the notes. This is top note cherry, middle note is red peony, and base note is vanilla. So like depending on the fragrance on Fragrantica, some don't have notes and some have like very few notes. I'm sure there's a lot more, but that's just what's on Fragrantica, sorry guys. Definitely smell the cherry. And I smell the vanilla. It's, I guess if you think about it, it is a Bombshell flanker, but if you don't really think about it, it's just another fruity, sweet fragrance. Yeah, this also reminds me of something, honestly, this kind of reminds me of how the Victoria's Secret store smells like. I might have said that about the regular Bombshell, but of course all the fragrances are being mixed around in the environment, but this kind of smells like how Victoria's Secret stores smell like, if that makes sense. Yeah, it smells nice, just wouldn't be my top pick. And then the next one I don't have a card for, but I will talk about it. It's the new holiday one for 2020. It's called Bombshell Gold. It's in the same packaging, but with the gold and yellow stripes. And this one is so nice. Like this is the number one that I want to pick up at SAS. Because even though I like Bombshell as well, and I would like to have that, it's like the staple, you know, it's not going to be seasonal. So this is the one I want to pick up first. It's supposed to be like a wintry, fruity, citrusy version of Bombshell. Let's see, the notes are lychee in the top, middle note to vanilla and peony, and base of sugar and woody notes. It does have that slight sharpness that the lychee provides, which is why when I first smelled it, I thought it was a citrusy version. But the more that I tested it out on different days and stuff, I realized like, oh yeah, this is definitely a lychee, but the vanilla is the strongest component of this. And I don't know, it's just definitely a wintry version of Bombshell. I really like it, but it doesn't smell that much like Bombshell. So it doesn't make sense that I said it was a wintry version of Bombshell, but like I said, Bombshell Intense is that cherry version. It's super far away from the original of Bombshell. Bombshell Gold is even further away from the original, if that makes sense. But it's still in the family of the sweet, you know, appealing, you know, no one's gonna be like turned off by this fragrance, if that makes sense. And that's my top choice anyway, so that's definitely the one that I want to pick up. So then I have 3 more card examples, and this is from the Very Sexy line. So I know this is like iconic or whatever, like people say they smell this on people all the time, but like I said, I'm not super versed in that. So here we go, Very Sexy. Oh, this is more perfumey, more grown. All right, so the top notes are cactus, clementine, blackberry, cappuccino, and pepper. Middle notes of hortensia, orchid, mimosa, and camellia, and base notes of musk, blackberry, woody notes, and amber. Okay, this is definitely a powdery floral. It's a little musky, I'd say. That's in the base, right? Did I just say that was in the base? But it's definitely a floral heavy fragrance. I don't know if I would pick this up. It's still sweet. It's still like sweet like Victoria's Secret, and it's not gonna be, you know, off-putting. But it's just not my top choice. But if I got this as a gift, I wouldn't be mad. Also, the bottle just doesn't appeal to me as much, but that shouldn't matter that much, I guess. You know, the more I smell it, the more I'm getting, the more of the notes. It's a little like more of the fruity and citrusy notes are coming out to me. I don't really smell the coffee. It's more just a powdery floral to me. So yeah, I don't know how many times I repeated that, but you know, it's nice. It's nothing like, you know, groundbreaking, but it's really nice, and the prices are really good during the sales. So the next one I have is Very Sexy Night, and I believe this one does not have the notes on Fragrantica, so I'll just tell you guys what I think of it. Okay, so this is definitely a flanker of Very Sexy. You can tell that they're related. Like I said, it's in that same family where it seems more perfumey, more grown. It's still fruity. I would say it's a little more woody than the first one. But there's also like this sharp green quality that makes it fresh. I don't know if that was what they were going for, but that sharp greenness kind of gives it a masculine like edge. Yeah, not my favorite. And I might, if someone gifted this to me, I might switch it out for the regular Very Sexy, or just another fragrance from the Bombshell line, probably. It's okay though. If I smelled this on someone else, like I wouldn't be offended, which I think is the theme of most Victoria's Secret fragrances. Okay, So the last one I have is Very Sexy C. So I'm assuming this is like, you know, a salty, neroli, maybe, or maybe even like coconutty. But let's get into the notes. I'll talk about that. Top notes is bergamot, okay. Middle note is neroli, and base note of cedar. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think bergamot is supposed to smell kind of like coconutty, but okay, sorry, like the camera cut off, but yeah, I might be stupid. It might not smell like coconut at all. But Very Sexy C is the last one. There's no notes like listed on Fragrantica. There might be on the website, but like I couldn't be bothered. I'm sorry, guys. I usually am more prepared. Okay, so here we go. Oh, this smells like light blue from Dolce & Gabbana. Yeah, it does not really smell like the other Very Sexy flankers at all, actually. So it's a citrusy, of course. It's woody. It's a little spicy. This literally smells like light blue. I mean, like, it's not exactly the same, but if you're looking for the same vibe for a much cheaper, well, actually, you can get light blue at discounters pretty cheap. But, you know, if you like the bottle better for Very Sexy C, wow. Okay, so now that I'm smelling it more, it's a little bit sweeter than light blue, but the opening is definitely like, boom, light blue. Okay, it's like a sweet white floral. That was a really fast turnaround, by the way, but okay. I don't know if I'm getting anosmic or like this is fading really fast, but like I'm starting to get the other notes, if that makes sense. Okay, yeah, this is like Victoria's Secret's take on light blue. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't remember that, because of course I tested all these fragrances before when I picked them up at the store. But I just didn't make a video until now, I guess. I really like that. Maybe I'll pick this up at SAS as well. But I was also looking at some Ed Hardy fragrances, and there's one called Love and Luck that everyone says also kind of reminds them of light blue. So I don't know if I should pick up 2 fragrances that are in that same family, but that one I have to blind buy, by the way, just because no one really sells it anymore. More people sell like the strawberry one, the pink bottle, not the whatever, the yellow bottle. Okay, I'm getting on a tangent, but yeah, this surprised me, and yeah, I would really like this one in a bottle, in a full bottle. Yeah, so to recap, I'm just gonna say the ones that I like the best. So in Bombshell line, I like Bombshell Gold the best, then Bombshell, the original, then Seduction, then Intense. That's not saying that I hate any of them, but that's just the order of how I would buy them if I had enough money to buy like everything I wanted, you know what I mean? But realistically at SAS, I would probably pick up Bombshell Gold, and I might pick up Tease, which is said to smell like Juicy Couture, so, or Viva La Juicy from Juicy Couture, which, I don't know, I don't know if I could ever wear that, just because my roommate, my former roommate, that's the only perfume she ever wore. So it just reminds me of her, and I just like, I don't know, I mean, she's nice. That's not the problem. It's just like, I associate that perfume with her. So I don't want to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to steal someone's signature, if that makes sense. Well, that was a tangent, I'm sorry. And then the Very Sexy line, I'm not a huge fan, except for Very Sexy C, which I probably still won't pick up because I already have light blue. I have like 2 of its flankers, and I'm also looking at the Ed Hardy perfume that's kind of, people say it smells like a flanker of light blue anyway. So yeah, that was my long video about Victoria's Secret perfumes. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe for more scent content, and hopefully I will have an empties video sometime in the next month, probably a haul sometime in the next month, and you know, just more perfume stuff. Okay, bye guys.